Named Stormie Omartian from her best-selling book series, The Power of a Praying Wife. Well, after selling over 23 million books and packing out stadiums with her events, many look to her as an inspiration. Well, what her fans may not know is that Stormie battled severe depression, and it nearly took her life.
It was a terrifying childhood. My mother was mentally ill from the time that she was about 19. She really just got progressively worse as time went on. Her craziness, of course, went untreated and undiagnosed. She was very abusive, verbally abusive and physically abusive. She would lock me in a closet. It was a closet under the stairway in this farmhouse. But there was light under the bottom of the door, so that's the light I had, which wasn't much. Created me a lot of loneliness, anxiety, depression, sadness. I never knew quite why I was put there. It wasn't like, oh, I did this and I'm going to the closet. It was never like that. I was just put in the closet and my dad wasn't there. Between 3 and 5, I was in that closet whenever my dad was gone. I went to school without any preparation. I was put on a bus, sent 30 miles away to the school. I was terrified of the kids. They were loud and they were scary. And so it was a terrifying time. I was afraid to go to school and I was afraid to come home. When I got into junior high, I had such pain inside of me all the time, always hurting, always fearful. And I just couldn't deal with it anymore. I couldn't stand the pain and I just wanted to end it. I didn't want to wake up with the pain anymore. I had a suicide attempt at 14. My mother she had sleeping pills and she had things like that, and I thought I was taking that, but she had filled them with other pills, and God only knows what all I took. Ended up not dying, of course, but making myself really sick. Once I was in high school, it seemed like I was able to deal with the insecurities better. I still had that depression all the time. I always had to work through the depression every morning, get up, try to get on top of my life so I could get to school and function. Always had that sadness, that depression, that fear, that anxiety. That was always there, but I was better at covering it by that time. So I just started auditioning, and this is without really any training at all. I mean, I'm just by the seat of my pants going, to these things and getting the job. I loved to sing, I loved to dance, and loved to act, loved it. But I knew, I was just afraid that they're going to find out, that there was nothing behind this facade. I was empty, just empty. Because my mother proclaimed to be a Christian at one point, I didn't want anything to do with Christians, nothing. Got into drugs and alcohol and occult practices and Eastern religions. These are things that were going around. There was a girlfriend who worked with me in a lot of the TV shows. Her name was Terry. And she was a Christian, but I did notice something different about her, something really great. I didn't know what it was, but I saw her family and I saw some of her friends, and I thought, wow, there's just a great quality to them that I really like, but don't talk to me about this Christian thing. Kept sinking down, and I was on a recording session with Terry. I'm planning my suicide again. I'm going to plan. This time I'm going to make it work. I am going to get the right pills and I am going to go to sleep and never wake up again because I can't stand the pain. I'm not going to live with the pain anymore. She said to me, she says, I can see you're not doing very well. She says, why don't you come with me to meet my pastor? I said, okay, I'll go meet your pastor. I thought, well, at least I can do this for her, before I put myself to death. He started talking to me about Jesus, not the way my mother talked about Jesus, but in a new way, in that he would change me from the inside out. I thought, wow, that sounded so great. I mean, pretty far-fetched, but worth a try. I mean, I tried everything else. So he said, I've got 3 books I want to give you. And you go home and read them this week, and then come back, let's meet, and you tell me what you think of those books. One of those books was the Gospel of John. I went home and read these books. Something in me changed. I knew I had read the truth. So I went back and met with him and received the Lord there. And I could feel a sense of hope, and that was the biggest thing, that sense of hope. Wow, never forget that. I never had that before. but I still had the depression. Now here I am, I have an eternal future that is good. I have life with the Lord. I have life with Him here now. So I'm thinking, why am I so depressed? And the depression's got worse. I called the church and they put me with this pastor's wife. Her name was Mary Ann. I told her everything. She said, I want you to fast and pray for 3 days. In the meantime, I want you to write down every sin that comes to mind. I did that, fast and prayed. I was afraid I was going to die in the night without dinner, because I'd gone to bed hungry too many times in my life. And so that was scary as can be. But I did it because I wanted what God had. I was willing to do whatever it took to get rid of those feelings. I came back to the office to meet her in her office, and she just had me lift that list up to the Lord and just, ask for forgiveness for it, And then she had me confess my unforgiveness toward my mother, which I had. And then I had to confess and renounce my occult practices, which I had never done. When I did those 3 things, the Lord really spoke to me through that counselor saying, my daughter, you've been locked in a closet all your life, first physically and then emotionally, but I have the keys. And you can walk through that door and be free. When they prayed, I could feel that depression lift. It's not something I conjured up in my mind because I had no idea that could happen. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting to feel a little good, just feel better. That's what I was expecting. I was not expecting to be set free from it completely. That was a miracle to me. That changed my life. Being a Christian or a believer doesn't mean you don't go through things, but He is there with you. And that is such an important thing because we all go through stuff. No matter how dark that time is, you have a light in you that will not go out. Never forget that. Never, ever forget that.
You can't forget it when the light is in you. Jesus promises it, and you find this promise in Jeremiah 29, verse 11, that He wants to give you a hope and a future. That's what God wants for you. Now, the enemy comes, and he wants to tell you that you're still trapped, that you're still locked in whatever closet you're locked in. Now, depression is a very tricky thing, and I'm not here to tell you that there are some processes that will get you over it. What you need is to have Jesus deliver you from it. And I know Christians that have struggled with depression and have gone through counseling, and they haven't had the result that Stormie Omartian had, where through that process of forgiveness and through the process of confession and through the process of renouncing those things, she was able to get free. Sometimes it takes years and takes years of counseling, but hold on to the promise. And the promise of Jeremiah 29, verse 11, that God wants to give you a hope and a future. He doesn't want His children suffering with depression. He wants to deliver you and set you free. And when you put your mind on that, it will give you the hope that you need just to make it through the day. Now, with depression, a lot of people will tell you, well, get happy. Well, you already know you can't change your feelings. But what you can change and what you can control is what you think about. And when you start obeying what Paul says, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is a good report, when you start focusing on those things and thinking those thoughts, well, then the feelings will start. And so let today be the day. Do what Stormie did. Say, let's write down all the sins. Let's write down all the times I've missed the mark, and let's get rid of all of them. And then let's create a list of those that I need to forgive, and I need to set them free, and do that as well. And see if a change doesn't come over you. That God will come to you, and He'll set you free. Realize He wants to give you hope. He wants to give you a future. He wants to set you free. Now, if you need somebody to help you with this, we're here for you. And we're here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So when these feelings come over you and it seems to be overwhelming, all you have to do is pick up the phone, make a toll-free call, 888-777-1999. Just tell them, I need to find some hope today. I need to find that God really loves me and He wants to set me free. Will you pray for me? It would be our honor it will be our privilege to pray for you. So use that number. Write it down. 888-777-1999. Well, this is 700 Club Interactive, and we've already gotten some chat questions on this.